Adventure. This is the core of every gamer's desire when they boot up their favorite pastime. Whether you play to escape to a fantasy village to be a farmer, or you dive headfirst into the depths of hell to slay demons, all gamers are united in using this platform to escape and find adventure in their own way. And what better genre of entertainment to indulge in the concepts of adventure than being a pirate? Sailing the seven seas is almost universally beloved across many genres, be it action-adventure, platforming, RPGs, strategy sims, etc. But amidst all of the greatest seafaring adventures in gaming history, one game stands above them all as a titan of this trope. That game is Sea of Thieves. Let me explain! I love Black Flag as much as the next guy. And I think that it is also an absolutely amazing pirate sim if you're looking for that same fix. But Sea of Thieves is an achievement in more than just being a wonderful pirate sim. It's an ongoing experience that is constantly evolving, changing, and providing brand new experiences and stories to tell every single time you load up. This game is leagues above the sum of its parts, and I've been itching to talk about it for a very long time. Today, I wanted to celebrate the launch of this game coming to PS5. Welcome aboard, PlayStation gamers! While I've been playing on Xbox and PC for quite some time, I will never claim to be an expert. But I want to share my experience with this game with all the newly recruited landlubbers just getting their feet wet for the first time. Not as a pirate legend, but more so as someone with above-average experience. Something that is far more attainable for someone brand new to this game. And I hope that my perspective will help convince you that we need to be talking about Sea of Thieves. Actually, wait, hold on for a second. I am not dressed for the occasion. I've been waiting way too long to try this. Arg! Finally! I've been trapped in that accursed watch for far too long! Ahoy, mateys! My name is Captain Knight. Time to set sail! In the Sea of Thieves! Okay, yep, nope. Done with that. Sea of Thieves is the most recent game by Rareware, and whoo boy, have I wanted to talk about Rare for ages. Growing up on Banjo-Kazooie has definitely given me a bias towards anything this developer has ever touched. Sure, there was a period there where we had some hiccups, but Rare's latest is not only a celebration of its gaming all-star past, but also a celebration of new and exciting characters in this beautiful pirating world. I won't claim to know a lick of the lore of this game, just know that the world of the Sea of Thieves is constantly evolving and there is an underlying story to everything. Plenty to read up on, some comics, some lore dumps on the website, all of that good stuff. But you don't need to know a single bit of it, because the most important story that the Sea of Thieves has to tell is your story. Let me explain.
Mr. Gibbs! Captain, we have our headache. Finally!
Just like 1001 D&D campaigns before it, Sea of Thieves starts you off in a tavern. After playing through the tutorial, of course. After you create your pirate from a couple of pre-generated options, you wake up in a tavern on one of the many outposts of the game's open world. You talk to a few NPCs, see what they have to offer you, be it goods and services, or just general tips about the world, or even quests. But here's where the going gets good. Sea of Thieves is a first-person action-adventure MMO game, set in an open world with pre-designed islands, where you wander the seas sailing island to island, finding enemies to fight, loot to plunder, puzzles and riddles to solve, the whole kit and caboodle. I can't emphasize enough how the very first trailers for this game perfectly captured what exactly sets Sea of Thieves apart from most pirate games before it. With this being an open-world MMO, every quest and everything you do in the Sea of Thieves is entirely up to you. Want to sail around the seas just looking for ships to fight and loot from other players? You can do that. Want to take a passive approach to just do delivery runs for the Merchant Alliance? You got it. The quests and objectives will always be the same, but it's what you do on the way to those objectives that will make every playthrough completely different. Case in point, my ill-fated voyage to the Devil's Breath. Rookie mistake, I know! I was on a treasure hunting quest where I had to venture out to an island and solve a riddle. The directions told me I had to find a scarecrow on the north end of the island and walk 9 paces east to find my treasure. What I forgot, however, is that the Devil's Breath is a region of the game's map with multiple active volcanoes. And the thing about multiple active volcanoes is that there are multiple and they're active. So whilst getting lost on the island trying to figure out where in the Bootstrap Bill was my goddamn scarecrow, I'm not only getting hounded by skeletons, but Krakatoa has entered the chat. Needless to say, I had to spend 15 minutes making sure my beautiful ship didn't get converted into a campfire before I had to cut my losses and retreat. But then it hit me. The sudden urge that all pirates feel once they're within reach of glory. Like hell I'm giving up now! I'm him! I'm Timothy Chalamet! I'm Himmy Turner! I'm Benedict Cumberbatch! Ain't no way am I gonna stand by while Mother Nature keeps me from my fortune! So I, got back to the island and the volcano stopped, so I just, I grabbed my treasure and I left. But I need to further drill down the point that everything you do in the Sea of Thieves is done with full agency and freedom. I'm the one accepting quests and charting a course to my next destination. I'm the one raising and lowering my sails. I'm the one steering the ship. I'm the one loading the cannons. The immersion this game gives you, with less than 10 buttons, is astronomical. Very frequently, games will get stuck in this rut of giving gamers a preloaded animation for simple things, or will simplify certain actions to a button combination as opposed to just letting you do things, you know? It's this agency on the Sea of Thieves that makes this game so much fun, whether you play solo or with your friends. Speaking of crews... You and your mateys should hop aboard that subscribe button and load the cannons to take aim at that like button. Helps the channel a ton and lets me know you enjoyed your time here. Back to the video. The other half of the Sea of Thieves is the MMO aspect. You can load up solo or with up to 4 total players in a crew that can charter a ship together. You've got 3 different classes of ship based on the number of players you're rocking with. Sloops are for 1 to 2 players, brigantines are for 2 to 3, and galleons are recommended for 3 to 4. Every ship comes with its strengths and weaknesses, but don't feel like you have to have a crew in order to have fun with this game, though the extra brain rot sure is fun. Excellent. I have begun the recording, so be extra funny. Dance for me, monkeys. Dance. No! Levi, no copyrighted music! Oh god, if you want me to name it. Shit.
Freedom.
Freedom.
People flock here to get down to the rock music. Rock and roll McDonald's. Rock and roll McDonald's. Rock and roll McDonald's. Rock and roll McDonald's.
That's it. Call it the Big Mac.
Rock and roll McDonald's.
No, I got a better name. I'm having a mental breakdown because of that fucking song. Like, I genuinely couldn't focus and all I was seeing was red. Elakablam!
2 skeletals and a flesh sack herd.
You're damn right. I'm not just any skeletal, mind you. I am the legendary Skelly Man from the kids' hit Killer Instinct, the greatest fighting game of all time. Anywho, gents, welcome to the Marinara Mariner. God, he's gonna put the name on the Marinara Mariner. Blame Levi for the name. I lost my concentration halfway through. I was trying to come up with like a salt pun, like the sodium sloop or something, but we're not in a goddamn sloop. So I was like, shit, I need something that alliterates shit. Meanwhile, all I have in my ear is rock and roll McDonald. Am I crazy, or was that the voice actor for Jake the Dog singing that song?
It's just a mentally disabled man.
Oh. I am so sorry, John DiMaggio. Rock and roll. Fuck you, Levi.
Hey, one has a powder keg over there.
Oh God, run. Was that the dog?
Yes.
I'm reporting this crew to PETA. These sons of bitches.
That's it.
No, Levi, no.
I'm firing Swabby right now.
Uppies.
You owe a substantial amount of back taxes. Oh, where are we going?
Be free, my child. Find anything!
Now go
Into
look
the
for me
storm.
like you're supposed to.
Focus, sailor. Music can wait. Why do I feel like Squidward right now?
You wanted fools. And we came with the whole fucking circus.
My voyage with my best mates and the Marinara Mariner won't soon be forgotten. There's plenty of Discord servers and communities available to you to help you find a crew in no time if you've got no one else to play with. But I can't emphasize enough that the solo slooper experience is just as rewarding. Full warning though, don't forget, this is an MMO, meaning you're not the only one on open waters. At any time, you can come under attack from any other player in your server. It's the rush of sailing the open seas with the potential for enemy player threats to spring up at any time that makes this game a real adrenaline rush in some play sessions. I've had both successful and not so successful sessions wherein me and my crew were able to successfully take down an enemy player's ship and jack their loot, giving us a massive gold boost when we went to go sell everything off at the nearest outpost. And don't take being targeted by enemy players to heart. It is called the Sea of Thieves, after all, not the Sea of Marginally Nice Mariners. You're kind of supposed to have fun with being dicks to each other when out on open waters. It's all in good fun. If that ain't your speed, though, Rare has implemented a very recent feature called Safer Seas, where you and your crew can queue up on a private server and explore and have fun without the fear of enemy players. Though your gold rewards and leveling will be massively nerfed in those modes, so just keep that in mind if you want to keep those training wheels on for now. Speaking of leveling up,
From what I hear of this so-called Sea of Thieves, it's nothing but cursed crews, bloodthirsty mermaids, a legion of dead, angry pirates. Ah, yes. And now, one Davy Jones.
Sea of Thieves doesn't have a traditional leveling system, at least not in the RPG aspect. Sure, you're role-playing as pirates in this case, but a pirate just starting out will have access to the same tools as a pirate legend with way too much free time on their hands. Your main 4 tools of the trade are a cutlass, blunderbuss, eye of reach, and a pistol, all having their own strengths and weaknesses depending on who you're fighting and when, of course. But the things you do with these tools will never go beyond stab, slice, shoot, reload, repeat. The other half of your arsenal in Sea of Thieves is your ship. While each class of ship comes with more or less of a specific armament, they all have at least one sail to raise and lower, an anchor, and at least 4 cannons, 2 on each side. Each boat also comes with a supply of food for healing, wood for repairing holes, and cannons for cannoning. You're gonna need that wood, man, trust me, my boyos. Where the true progression of the game comes in is the cosmetics and the factions of the game. To summarize, you have 3 key factions at the forefront: the greedy gold hoarders, the spooky Order of Souls, and the white bread merchant alliance. Each faction has their own genre of quest that you can take on. Gold hoarders like treasure hunts and dungeons to plunder, gold to steal. Order of Souls are obsessed with the undead and want you to myrtleize skeleton captains all day, every day. And the merchant alliance are your courier service, giving you quests to transport X goods to Y destination. You following so far? Stay with me here, we're going deeper. Hold on to your butts and hold on to that subscribe button, and maybe grab that like button too while you're at it for extra support. Got it? Got it. Cool. Leveling up a faction eventually allows you to become an emissary, meaning that you rep that faction hardcore and want bonus experience and bonus gold from that faction for a time. You can only be an emissary of one faction at a time, and as you level up these factions, you will earn extra rewards and cosmetics for each of them for free in-game. Other miscellaneous factions will include the Reaper's Bones, a faction dedicated to the PvP aspect of the game, where they specifically encourage pilfering loot from other players' ships and selling it off to them. And you level up from engaging and plundering other players. And lastly, there's Hunter's Call, who like fishing. So that's nice of them. There are other factions that I didn't talk about, but these are more so late game content and some factions tied to specific tall tales and quest lines, so I personally haven't gotten too deep into them yet. What you do need to know is that you need to hit level 50 in at least 3 of the aforementioned factions first and have purchased their level 50 gear before you can then be promoted to the rank of Pirate Legend, which grants you a new faction of quests called Athena's Fortune, which has its own grab bag of crazy and fun quests to do that will net you the most shmoola in-game. I don't claim to know anything about being a pirate legend because I'm not one, but I'm trying my hardest, okay? This leads me into another big thing I want you to know before diving into the Sea of Thieves, is that the game really does respect your time, but at a cost. Your time. What I mean with this is that Sea of Thieves is a big game, a big open world with a lot of things to do in it. And to do those things, you have to sail all the way to your destinations with no fast travel. You will be sailing on open waters for about 70% of your playtime, meaning your play sessions will be extended accordingly. Ultimately, what that means is that this game is somewhat grindy, but like almost a good kind of grindy, like a Halo Reach kind of grindy. Like, I have been playing on and off for 4+ years now, and I'm still not Pirate Legend. But I'm getting pretty close, and I've only ever picked up this game a handful of times in the couple years that I've been playing it, so the game will reward you. Just know it'll take a while, but once you get there, some of the endgame stuff is a real blast to play. However, you do not need to be a Pirate Legend to have fun in Sea of Thieves. And there's so many things right under the hood that you can sink your teeth into right now, at no extra cost. Or some cost. Well, actually, the thing about that...
This is the first place I've found where everyone appreciates my uniqueness.
So, you're not a Pirate Legend, and you won't be one for some time. Whatever shall you do? What all is available to you from the get-go? Well, like I mentioned, under each faction will always be a specific genre of quest type. But every faction has at least 2 to 3 different types of voyages that you can always go on. From raids to treasure hunts to ghost ship battles and so on. Beyond that, we actually have crossover content in the game that players can experience right now. Yep, you heard me. Crossovers. The biggest and most insane one, at least to me, is the Pirate's Life crossover, where you can play an extended quest line with Captain Spock himself as you adventure with popular characters from the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise. This is free, by the way. I can't emphasize enough how cool this is at no additional cost. Anyone else remember that cool Pirates of the Caribbean game that was in development for some time where it was also going to be an open world pirate sim where you could either be a good pirate or a bad pirate, and if you chose evil, you could be slowly corrupted and start to look like Davy Jones and get cool dark pirate powers? No one? Just me? Cool. Must have been the best fever dream of my life. And the same goes for the Monkey Island crossover that was also recently added. If I had more to say about Monkey Island, I would, but Guybrush kinda looks like a dickhead I knew in middle school, so the less I say about him, the better. Alongside these side quests are cosmetic items themed around the various franchise, like a Jack Sparrow outfit or the Flying Dutchman makeover for your ship. Which reminds me, we gotta talk about the Pirate Emporium. Yes, what are these monkey fighting cosmetics doing in my Monday to Friday $40 vidya game? I can explain, I promise. The Pirate Emporium is where you can spend real money on certain cosmetics of the game. I must emphasize, only cosmetics are bought here. Nothing is bought in the Emporium that is pay to win or pay to accelerate progress. If you want to cosplay Johnny Depp, that'll be a cool $9, please and thank you. And honestly, if you've had this game for a while like I have, it doesn't feel off-putting to pump a few extra bucks into some pretty trinkets down the line. It's why I'm wearing a Spinal costume while sailing a Banjo-Kazooie themed sloop. I am become Rare Man, destroyer of my wallet. You do also have seasons in the game, though the Plunder Pass functions purely like other battle passes. A bunch of new cosmetics at a discounted price, but you gotta play to earn them. What's unique about the way that Sea of Thieves does battle passes is that rewards available in the Plunder Pass come directly from the Pirate Emporium, with each season's Plunder Pass containing a mixture of previously released premium items and early access to upcoming ones. So the only thing a Plunder Pass gives you is a ton of items at a discounted cost if you're really gonna sink your teeth deep into the open seas. If not, feel free to dump another $40 to make your ship look like a dead franchise. Oh. I am the problem. Nah, but seriously, I cannot commend Rare enough for their approach to microtransactions here. I must also emphasize that each outpost comes stacked with cosmetics that you can earn for free in-game. If you want to truly grind and earn some dope stuff, you absolutely can. Or if you simply don't have the time and wish to become Captain Calcium, Plunderer of Milk, you get that option as well. You get so much additional playtime out of these free updates alone, and the money-making is only in the cute costumes and ships to buy. My only critique is that pets are a purely microtransaction item as of this time. You can't earn a pet in-game, as far as I know. If I'm talking out of my blunderbuss, please feel free to comment down below and let us know if you found any of your pets in your adventures in the Sea of Thieves for free. Comments like that will help not only established players like myself, but any of the new Sony sailors that are just joining us for the first time. I'm sure they'd appreciate it.
That's got to be the best pirate I've ever seen. So it would seem.
Sea of Thieves is an achievement in gaming. And I mean that with my whole chest. All 70 of them. What I mean is that Sea of Thieves is an example of, honestly, everything to do right in a video game. And everything to do right when you're making a sim for a specific genre. Be it ninjas, cowboys, knights, or pirates, to embrace the trope fully with all of its stereotypes is not always an easy task. But Rare hit this one out of the park and then some. A rich, vast open world with drop-dead gorgeous visuals for half the polygons of a modern gaming experience. The freedom to do what you want to do when you want to do it. A lore as deep and vast as its oceans, thalassophobia boyos beware, and a gameplay loop that is rich, rewarding, and most importantly, fun. No matter how many pirates you bring along to your journey. And yes, even though it is a full-priced game with microtransactions, those transactions are purely optional and cosmetic, with tons, and I mean tons, of free stuff and free cosmetics to earn in-game all along the way. Because every voyage is a story ready to be told, and that story will always be entirely unique to you, with 101 variables that could either make a simple treasure hunt a walk in the park or a pit stop to Davy Jones' locker. While yes, becoming a pirate legend may be the ultimate goal, the true treasure lies in the friendships forged in this community, the challenges that you overcome, and the stories woven along the way. And the rewards for those adventures are not anything to scoff at, with tons of ways to make your pirate entirely your own. To enjoy the Sea of Thieves to its fullest, you must embrace the thrill of encounters with rival pirates on open waters, while also savoring the tranquility of a simple solo expedition. This game is, oddly enough, the embodiment of the true treasure is the journey, not the destination. And if you're even remotely interested in the pirate's life, then look no further than the Sea of Thieves. But that's all I had to say for this video. As we bring this voyage to a close, I hope you enjoyed yourself along the way. Make sure to subscribe for more gaming content, and blunderbuss that like button to show the algorithm some love. But as always, I've been your host all night, and do not forget to stay loved, keep loving, and have a wonderful night.